What exactly is free will when countless invisible forces shape every decision? Biology, culture, economics, politics, language, and experience. Every choice happens inside a framework. So, are we actually choosing?
That depends on what choosing means. If every action occurs within the system, and every consequence follows those actions, then the question really becomes, does free will even matter? If every choice exists as an outcome of the system, does the existence of choice have any measurable effect?
I think a lot of people would say it does. That at the end of the day, being able to choose is what gives us freedom. Maybe free will is simply having the right to choose.
But that still assumes the thing doing the choosing exists separately from the system that created it. If everything you like, want, and believe is shaped by pre-existing conditions, where exactly are you making the choice?
Well, it's still a conscious being making the action, isn't it? Even if that choice exists within a system. A person does not have to be outside the universe to make decisions inside it.
True, but a person can only make choices that exist within the boundaries of the system they're inside, which raises an uncomfortable possibility. Perhaps the concept of free will exists because it has functional value to society. Maybe societies even need the concept to exist. A system functions better when individuals believe their choices matter, when actions have ownership, when responsibility can be assigned.
Could that mean then that free will doesn't exist by itself? That it only exists as a byproduct of the system? Something that came into being to maintain the system itself? A person believes they are choosing what to do, so they act with intent. But their intent was a product of the system itself.
That would create an interesting problem. The fact that humanity believes in free will does not prove that free will exists. A belief can survive because it is useful, not because it is true.
Economies, laws, nations, and identities. They are real because they produce real effects, even if they are not physical objects. So this raises another question. Did humanity find that it had free will? Or did humanity discover freedom because it experienced something that took it away?
Perhaps the concept developed as humanity encountered limitations through its own development. Through power structures, authority, and social roles, the experience of being placed into positions that were chosen before us.
At a glance, sure, that's a really clean, comfortable explanation. But doesn't that also imply that humanity loses free will as a consequence of itself? Then free will becomes non-existent because of itself.
That's the paradox, isn't it? If humanity created the structures that constrain humanity, then free will wouldn't have been taken from us by something else. It would have been transformed by our own choices into the very systems that later limit future choices. That also raises the question, if choices that created constraints were themselves shaped by conditions that already existed, were we ever fully outside any system to begin with?
If we inherited constraints, maintained them, and taught them to the next generation, would we even recognize them as constraints? A system doesn't need to imprison a person if it can make the person internalize the system.
Maybe that pressure goes even deeper. Maybe the struggle over free will is not only about society. Maybe it is about a conscious system attempting to understand its own place within a larger system, which creates a strange paradox. A system has created something capable of questioning the system itself. Something that can ask, why am I here? What controls me? Could I be different? And maybe the strangest possibility is this. Whether we have absolute free will or none at all, the outcome is the same. The system moves, the actions happen. The only difference is the story we tell about who is responsible for the movement.
So maybe the question changes. It isn't, do we have free will? But why does it matter? And maybe there's a deeper question of, why would a system produce components capable of questioning its own existence?